ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CT Cinema. This is a retro reviews, guys, where I get to review some old movies, some old TV shows, and some old moments from the internet of whatever we deem is worthy. I want to introduce my sidekick, the sidekick of all sidekicks, your sidekick's favorite sidekick, the Robin of my Batman, the Jimmy Olsen of my Superman. Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor Young. How are you, man?
What's going on, good people? I'm good, CT, man. I'm good. Done.
I love your energy, bro.
Simple.
God, you are the best. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is episode 2, man.
Indeed.
You understand me? Episode 1 has been a success. You guys have been showing so much love in the comments. You guys have been showing love on the Patreon. For my very special guest, we have some questions that we will answer on the after show that is specific to Patreon. And if you would like your comment on the screen of this live showing, all you got to know is the super chats are open. You donate a super chat of significant amount, no less than $10. Your comment goes on the screen and we shout you out and we thank you. And above all else, I promise you, you will have some questions. Why? Because the movie we're reviewing today is Purple Rain.
Yes.
Lawrence, take it away.
All right. So Purple Rain is the semi-autobiographical movie of Prince and the Revolution. And so it's a story about his come up in the music scene in Minneapolis and the trials and tribulations that he had to go through while trying to crack a certain level of fame, the bands that he had to contest with, the loves and the losses that he had during that time. And it is a special flick.
You know why it's a special flick? It's even more special that we did this movie because a friend of mine, I called him. I said, hey, man, I really want you to do the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to pick a movie or a TV show, that you grew up loving and watching.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, Purple Rain. I'm like,
no hesitation.
You sure you don't want to think about it?
Yeah.
And I said, all right, man, we're going to watch Purple Rain. And ladies and gentlemen, that good friend is legendary. One of my favorite actors of all time. My first hero. This guy is still looking younger than everybody on the planet.
Really?
Ladies and gentlemen, Walter Emmanuel Jones. Make some noise.
Yeah. What's up, people? What's up, guys? Good to be here, man.
Purple
Purple
Rain.
Rain, damn it. That's what I'm saying. I said it.
Listen, man.
I'm keeping it.
I woke up today because I was like, I wanted to be fresh.
Yeah.
Right.
I woke up at 3 a.m. and I just started watching Purple Rain. Let me tell you something, man.
Hey.
This movie starts out.
Yes.
This is a film, bro.
It is.
It starts out with him singing Let's Get Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Look for purple banana till they put us in a truck. Let's go.
Oh,
Bro,
man.
this movie should have been called Light Skin, A Ballad to Pretty Boy.
Wait, I did notice immediately the lack of darker hues
Right.
Bro,
everywhere.
there was, first of all, the only speaking parts went to attractive people. The only person to speak in this movie that was not traditionally handsome was the owner of that club.
That you're right.
Come
Look, I
on.
was about to
We
say the
had
exact
Jerome.
same thing.
Jerome.
Even in this movie,
Jerome.
Jerome looked like a pretty boy. He was doing all of. Yeah, we're going to get to Jerome.
Right,
Our first
right.
super chat, put it on the screen, Mark. John DeBro, $9.99.
What
Thank
up,
you
John
so
DeBro?
much.
What up,
Team
John?
CT all day. Love this. Got me to watch Purple Rain again. I really didn't understand it back then, but it was a very emotionally watching it again. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This movie, bro, when I saw as it progressed,
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, this is darker than I thought. It had
Right.
a real message to
Yeah.
where Prince's artistry that made you think, did you go through this in real life as opposed to
Right.
just this film?
Right.
Mhm.
Before we continue, what were one of your favorite parts of the movie?
Man, one of my favorite parts of the movie is the altercation between Morris Day and Prince. I'm like, just that battle between them was crazy. Like just the back and forth. And Prince was a very special person.
Yes.
He was
One
very
One of the
special.
most
100%.
talented people on the planet ever.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I remember enjoying his music and him being confusing to me because
Yeah.
one, he was androgynous.
Yes.
I'm from Detroit. Well, we're from
We're from
Detroit.
Detroit, man.
You know,
Yeah.
that wasn't something that went over real well back in the 80s and 90s. But
Yeah.
everybody loved Prince.
Yeah.
We didn't care.
Yeah.
We didn't care that on the album he said stuff backwards, and it was like, well, that's crazy, but we love him.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like we love him.
Yes.
And then I remember this one moment in the film where he's going off on his father, and he goes, "Can I cuss on this? Can I?"
Not here. The after show.
Oh, on the after show.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he says, "Mother effer."
Yeah.
Right, and he says it in like such a white boy.
Yeah.
That
Oh, yeah.
everybody in
Where are
Detroit
you?
was like,
Yeah.
"What is that?"
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Did you see? It was when he said it. He busted through the door. Ever, where are you?
Yeah.
And he did this turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, hey,
It was damn
yo,
near pirouette.
that was,
It was like what? Like it's just so wild because it's
yes.
Yeah.
Prince wanting to be tough
Yeah.
Right.
so bad,
Right.
And it's like, but you're still just Prince though,
Yeah.
like as a man,
Right,
you
right.
know. But Prince is still awesome. Don't get me wrong.
No,
Like,
amazing.
listen,
Prince
we-
is the only person that gets a pass. Prince
Yeah.
did some
Oh, yeah.
He got a pass
questionable
completely.
things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He did some questionable things in his movie.
Oh, yeah.
And he did some questionable things outfit wise.
Oh, yeah.
But Prince is so legendary.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Even the most masculine man was like, hey,
Hey,
Yeah.
that's Prince.
That's
though, bro.
Prince.
Yeah, that's
Right,
Prince.
absolutely.
You know,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah, I know it's cool. It's Prince. So
It's
you
cool.
know,
Don't nobody
but-
else do that though, but it's
I know.
Prince.
I just remember, but in Detroit, in the theater,
Yeah.
when he swore,
Mhm.
everybody laughed because don't nobody cuss like that. Don't nobody in Detroit cuss like that.
Yeah.
My grandma don't cuss like that.
No,
That's
You know, so-
hilarious.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So first and foremost, thank you so much for that super chat. Everybody, if you want your comments on the screen, throw the super chats up. We would love to have it, and we appreciate your hard-earned money. It does not go unnoticed. So thank you so much for your super chats. With that said, let me say the leading lady in this film, Apollonia.
Apollonia. Come
So
on now.
stunning.
Here's the wild thing. As a kid, I thought Apollonia was like mixed. That was
Right.
a white woman, bro.
I thought she's
I thought
Mexican.
she was mixed.
Is she Mexican?
I mean, look, there's a lot of passing.
There
Mexicans. Right. I think she's mixed. I mean, I would have preferred Vanity to be in the movie because Vanity. That was
Yeah.
a bad girl.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Vanity was
Vanity. Woo. I know a
Action
girl
Jackson?
named Nikki. Come on, I'm just saying, like, hey.
Now you saw it in the did you see it in the theater?
Purple Rain?
Purple Rain.
No.
So when you're in the theater, just tell me this
Yeah.
part.
Okay.
When he was looking for his dad and he cussed and people laughed,
Uh-huh.
bam. When he did that turn, did they also laugh?
I think it was a moment where everybody was like,
They probably were still
Oh,
laughing.
they probably still laughing. Like brother's dramatic. He's
That was
literally
very
dramatic. Yeah.
Dude, looking at that movie. So there's a when we introduced to Apollonia, she's in a cab.
Right.
She looks at the cab driver. They both know she's about to run out. They both know she's about to run out of this cab without paying her fare. She gets out. She runs. I'm feeling bad for her because I'm like, man, I hate when you see a beautiful woman that's broke,
Right,
right? Because it happens a lot.
It happens, right? It happens.
I'm sorry, just the way you said it, it was too funny. I apologize.
Beautiful
You can
woman's
tolerate
broke.
an ugly broke chick, but a beautiful woman that's broke, you're like, oh, that hurts. That's
You're like,
because you're not
who's
using
not taking
everything
care
you
of you?
got.
Exactly. Right?
You're not
Exactly.
You've been blessed with these gifts, right?
Right.
She runs. She goes across the street to the hotel or the motel, I should say.
Mhm.
Pulls out a wad of bread. I'm like, nah, I don't feel bad for you.
Yeah, right.
Because
Right.
you had the money to pay this man,
Right.
Yeah,
unless
yeah.
it was your only bread.
Yeah.
She leaves there. She goes into this poppin' bar where they're doing
Mhm.
music. She sees Prince. She's stunned.
Right.
Like the rest of us. I'm like, man, this dude is a star.
Right.
Prince's energy emanates from this stage, from the
Yeah.
screen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you see Morris Day. Here's the problem. This is where I was about to text you when this happened.
Okay.
There's a part in the movie, this very beginning. Morris Day and Jerome. Shout out to Jerome,
Mhm.
Morris Day legends.
Right, right. Absolutely.
Jerome and Morris Day walk by Prince. This is where I was about to text Walter. Jerome fixes Prince's
Yeah.
jacket, touches his face, and says, so sexy. I say, what kind of movie is this? I was about to text you like, what you got me watching, my
What
boy?
is going on?
Oh
Right,
my God. That's
Jerome was
funny.
out of control. But Morris Day and Jerome in this movie,
Hilarious.
they were hilarious from
They're
beginning to
hilarious.
end.
funny.
Classics.
But I don't know because I've never met either one of them in person.
yeah.
But word on the street is that they are that funny in real life.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like I mean,
yeah.
because the thing is, like with Purple Rain, and I'm a big Prince fan, so like I
Mhm.
know way too much about Prince stuff.
I love that. My
I-
sister's a Prince fan.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like like these are all like his actual people. Obviously,
Yeah.
like everybody in the movie
Yeah.
is playing themselves.
Mhm.
And when they decided to do the movie, he sent them all to acting school.
What?
And yeah, absolutely. Like they're like they made them do like take dance classes and all that kind of stuff. Like
Wow.
because they're like you're gonna be you
Yeah.
in the movie, but you got to
But
know
you
how
gotta
to
be,
like
yeah.
act still. You know,
Exactly.
The acting was
And-
all right in that movie.
yeah,
It was.
absolutely. But it's just like, but like it's people playing just like, maybe slightly uptick versions of
Mhm.
themselves, and it's
Right.
just like, yeah, like they are funny like that. Like more
Well, they're
Day is
stage
hilarious.
actors like that, so
Yeah.
it's like it was easy to be that character. It was already established,
Mhm.
as far as
Yeah.
they were concerned. But it was classic. It was, look, when the movie came out.
Pull the mic closer to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
when the movie came out, it's a movie I've seen more than any other movie in my life.
Oh,
Because-
wow.
Because every time I went to my friend's house, it was playing in their house.
Hilarious.
Every time everywhere I went, it's
Yeah.
like it was playing on TV. It was it was on all the time.
It was on
This
TV.
is
Play a
years
lot on
after
TV.
the movie came out.
I agree.
After the movie had come out,
Yeah.
it was still on
Yeah.
everywhere I went.
Mhm.
So it was like I walk in, and, I sing. Oh, he's singing Purple Rain.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, let's go. Okay, it was like every time, and so I'm sitting waiting for my friend. He's ironing his shirt, and I'm watching Purple Rain
Yeah.
over
Right.
and over and over
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
over again. And the amazing part is after I moved out of Detroit,
Mhm.
I came to LA. I actually got a chance to hang out with Prince a couple of
Are
times.
you
What?
serious?
I
You got to
danced.
hang out with Prince.
I danced in one of his last concerts here,
What?
opening for Sheila E.
What? Like
Yeah.
at the forum?
at the Forum.
Wow.
On the stage that's shaped like a sign.
That's
I danced with
amazing,
Sheila
Walter.
E's sister, danced salsa, because I taught salsa.
Yeah.
I danced salsa with Sheila E's younger sister and for her father, who's an amazing musician. And we danced to open it up, and then Prince came on afterwards. So
amazing.
I went down below the stage, saw the playlist for Prince, met Prince. Then I had already met him a couple of times. He's been to my house at a party.
Stop.
He came to my salsa class.
Stop.
Prince
what
came
happened?
to your salsa class?
He did.
Can he
bumped it-
salsa?
Lawrence.
No, he watched.
You're asking the wrong question.
He watched.
Two questions. Number
Two
one.
questions. Okay.
You've been my friend for over a decade. You've never said this to me.
We've never had this opportunity
That's
to
a great
talk
point.
about Prince.
That's a great point. Now, the second question is, go back. Don't just tell me about the set list. Tell me about your first meeting with Prince.
My first meeting with Prince. Well, it was pretty amazing. All right, so the first time I saw him, he had a club here in Los Angeles.
Downtown.
Mhm.
Downtown,
Yeah.
right. So me and my former wife, before we were married, we went to his club. We're
Mhm.
hanging out in the club, and we look to our left, and Prince is dancing right next to us with some beautiful girl.
Prince is like that.
in
though.
his boots,
Yeah,
like hanging
yeah.
out in the crowd. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm like, we're like, shit, Prince is like, really? I look at him, he kind of waves.
Yeah.
And we do our thing. That was it, right?
Mhm.
So amazing. We were just dancing next to Prince, right? Having that moment.
Yeah.
Well, later on, I was teaching salsa class
Yeah.
at Mama Juana's, and lo and behold, Prince is sitting at a booth watching me teach my class.
What?
And I'm like, second time I'm seeing Prince.
Yeah.
I was like, I go over, say hello, but give him his piece.
Yeah.
I'm not
Mhm.
trying to whatever.
Yeah,
intrude.
yeah.
And then again, Sheila E's sister, she called me one night and said, "Hey, Prince is having a party at his house. You want to go? Because Sheila E is there." And
Do you want to
come?
go?
Yeah, right. Like, who
I'm coming from
do you want to
dancing
go?
salsa. It's already 2 a.m.
No,
And I'm like,
that's the perfect time to
yeah.
go to Prince's house.
exactly. So Prince has this house in Bel Air.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I drive up. It's kind of lit up purple outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
I drive up. I walk in. I walk into the house, and I'm looking around. Like there's people milling around. It's not a lot of people
Mhm.
upstairs, but I see Sheila E and her sister over by the couch. So I walk over and I say, "Hey, what's up?" I'm gonna give my friend a hug, say hi to Sheila, and Sheila goes, "You know Prince, right?" And he's right on the couch, but in a shadow that I didn't see.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
This will just
oh,
appear.
oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, hey, man, this big fan, love you, whatever. It's like, whatever. He's like, thank you. Listen, you're welcome here. And
Wow.
I have people downstairs. You feel free to go down and hang out with them. I'll be down there in a bit. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go down in the basement.
Wait, that's a really smooth way to tell somebody, get out of our face.
No,
We'll see you in a minute.
No,
and you be
but-
like, I'm not offended.
No,
I'm
no,
not offended.
absolutely.
Thank you
Yeah.
so for the invitation, right?
Yeah,
I believe
absolutely.
you be. So, I go downstairs, and as I'm going downstairs, I go down the stairs and I come around a corner and I pass a window and I look through the window, and the Purple Rain bike is sitting outside, lit up in like a makeshift, like it looks like I'm outside. Look like I'm looking outside,
Yeah.
and he's parked the bike. but it looks out there like
Oh.
that. So dope. I'm like, oh shit, that's the Purple Rain bike,
Yes.
right? I'm like, all right.
That's
So I get in.
crazy.
There's a bunch of people dancing. So I'm hanging out. We're dancing. Prince comes down, gets on stage, starts drumming with the music. Grabs a guitar, starts playing guitar with the music.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, tambourine. He's just jamming out.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're rocking out with Prince, right? And this is awesome, right? So it gets better. Let me finish.
Gets better.
So then Prince goes, listen, I just finished 40 concerts in England. I have a documentary called 40 Days and 40 Nights. I would like to invite you to come and watch it in my theater. And we're like, oh, okay. So everybody go to the theater. So I'm like, cool. I'm walking to his theater, which is also downstairs. I sit down, front seat, right in the center, next to the column. Prince comes and sits right next to me.
What?
Now I'm watching Prince in concert
Yeah.
in London, singing all my favorite songs. I'm going off. I know all the words. I'm like, let's go. I'm like, Purple Rain. I'm like, oh, the new girl now, Nick. I'm watching everything, right? I'm singing everything. He's right next to me. He sees me going off and he just looks at me and he gives me a little pat. Like, what? And I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. You don't understand. Like, you taught me what sexy was. I was like, I learned so much. And he's, thank you.
Man.
Right? So
That's crazy.
And then
come on.
after
man.
that, I did the concert with him. But this is the thing. And I regret this.
Before you say the regret, I'm not seeing enough super chats on the screen, ladies. and gentlemen. Y'all are getting stories
This
here.
premium content.
No pancakes.
Premium content right here.
Right?
Man.
And then I go to do this concert.
Mhm.
And obviously I've Power Rangers was like 1993.
Yeah.
I've been famous. I'm famous all around the world or
Yes,
whatever.
you are.
And I'm doing this concert for them for free. Yes, you want to be in Prince? Yes, I
It's
do.
Prince.
So I'm gonna do it.
Absolutely.
But can you give me a ticket? Can
Yeah.
I get a ticket for at least? Can I get one freebie?
Can I bring somebody?
I'm not asking you to pay me.
Right.
I'm here to do it. Sheila's sister liked me,
Mm.
and I wanted to invite my girlfriend.
Oh, Walter Emmanuel Jones.
It became a problem.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so
How dare you want to invite your girlfriend?
I thought it was like for
How
your
dare me.
mom or something.
No,
That would make sense.
it was for my girl, and
It's okay.
it was a thing. So
You tripping.
so I got the ticket. I insisted on the ticket.
You insisted?
I insisted. They got me the ticket. So I'm like, cool. But my girl's in my ear.
Of
I
course.
want to,
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me see if I can get this. They should, So
They got you.
Had I not
they
had a
to- I
girlfriend,
should be able
exactly.
to come to the show. I'm your
Exactly.
girlfriend. I can't
Exactly.
just come to Prince and you.
Right.
I mean, you Power Ranger. Why can't I
You
come with you?
exactly.
And you can't
Right.
come with Prince.
Exactly. Right. So you hear it all, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, okay, let me ask. And then when they're like, it should be good enough that I'm like, well, hold on.
Oh, they try to hit you with that.
Yeah, I'm like, well, no, hold on. Now, understand who I am.
Yes.
'Cause I know who I am.
Understand who I am. I
I'm-
do this.
I do this. I'm recognized in 40 countries.
Come on
I've
now.
been famous for over 20 years. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm happy to do this.
And I'm
but
doing
don't-
this for free.
But I'm doing
Don't
it for free.
forget
So
that.
don't. And I'm making your sister look good. Because she couldn't do
Exactly.
this by herself.
No.
And this is like her opportunity to do this
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
because everybody else in the family has got these talents. And
Yeah, yeah.
like, we want to display her as well.
Yeah.
Let's give her an opportunity. I'm here to do it.
Mhm.
And I'm like, all right, so a little bit of
Yeah.
love I just need a ticket.
Just let me get
One
the
Let me
one
get the
ticket's
ticket.
not a lot to
That's
ask.
not a lot.
It's not for,
Because not even like you asked for 2 tickets.
nah.
You asked for one
Right?
ticket.
I'm only tripping that you asked for the ticket for the girlfriend, knowing that she
Yeah,
liked you.
that-
I'm not tripping
yeah.
on you asking
But
for a
she
ticket.
knew I had a girlfriend, so why? Anyway.
Look,
Anyway,
you
so-
make it sound like she was making sense.
Yeah.
She wasn't making
Right,
sense.
Not
right.
making sense at all.
So anyway, Prince wants to meet all of us before we go on stage.
Okay.
So we line up. We're in this line to go meet Prince. Everybody's going through. You go with these curtains. You
Mhm.
walk in to meet him. Then you come out, right? So it's my turn. And I walk up to go meet her, and Sheila E is introducing everybody. This is such and such from the band, and this is and they do this or whatever, and this with their names or whatever. And I walk up, and first I walk through the curtain, and Prince is standing there in a complete outfit on a carpet that matches his outfit.
What's
Boy, it
the
was
color?
cold. It was like purple and gold or something like that. It was solid.
He
With a
owns
scarf and everything,
Yeah.
and he's standing there, and he's hello, he's
Hello.
his elegant self,
is
the
Prince.
prince.
Yeah,
The
they
prince.
bad.
Like, so I walk in and Sheila E goes, and this is the dancer.
No,
Oh, she didn't do you like
Come on,
that.
Sheila.
She gave me
She
so
thought
much.
that was foul.
That's crazy.
She was, she was taking up for her sister, I guess. So,
This is the dancer?
the dancer. And Prince, who has seen me
Yeah,
several
multiple times.
right? Goes, so is that all you are? And I say,
Is that all you are?
I'm like, and I say, no, I'm much more than that. But I guess on this occasion, that's the way she sees me.
First of all, nobody ever gets a chance to defend that introduction. And you got a chance to defend the introduction. What happens next?
And he goes,
But that's legit way to answer that.
yeah, because
though.
I'm like, I'm not gonna go off.
Yeah,
I'm not
right.
No,
You're not trying to cause a scene.
Let me tell you what
right.
happened, Prince. Let me tell you. What happened was.
It's a very classy rebuttal.
I
You
was
did
like-
a good job with
Very
that.
But I was like, no, that obviously that's not who I'm much more than that. But if that's the way she chooses it or introduces me, all right, I'm not gonna fight it.
Right.
Whatever. And so he just kind of gives me a nod. But I wish I said something different.
What do you wish you would have said?
That I was said, no, in fact, I'm famous in 40 countries around the world. I'm a role model for millions of kids around the world. And I would prefer that be the introduction, but I guess that's the best she could do. Something that would have been better, right?
Ooh.
That I've had some time to think about it.
Yeah, you have some time. That's a good point.
That would have been a better reply.
I like
Yeah.
it too.
Which
Yeah.
would have shown him that, yes, I'm confident because Prince is a believer that, look, you should not humble yourself to what other people choose to make you. You be who you are.
Mhm.
I am an artist.
You are.
I am, I'm an artist. You're an artist. Be an
Yeah.
artist. Don't let yourself be humbled by
Yeah.
somebody else.
Very true.
right?
Yeah.
Like live in your greatness.
Mhm.
So in that moment, I did not, and that's my regret.
I love this story so much.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You have no I had no listen, man. I thought we was about to say, yeah, and then Apollonia does this, and then she got naked. You can because that part shocked me. We're gonna get to that. But
I feel like he's 100% justified.
yes.
The immediately going to Purple Rain.
Yeah.
Like the car, like what
Man.
movie you want to talk? Purple Rain. Like, okay,
Purple
now that
Rain.
we know the story, it's like that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Like, what else do you want to
Dude,
talk about?
Have you seen Sheila E. since?
No.
You got to see her. I ran into her. I think I ran into her in Century City at some point.
And I'm not talking to her sister either.
Well, I can imagine that. But I mean, the whole ticket thing with the
And we were
girlfriend.
friends. We were cool. We were
Yeah,
good
yeah.
people. But, it was like, okay, well.
Man.
Man, wait, when did those concerts happen? It wasn't that long ago. Was that
No,
just
it was,
before 20,
it was
20 what?
2016?
20, yeah,
at
or
least
50.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Was it 10 years ago already?
Yeah,
was.
like 2016.
Never mind, I'm sorry.
2015.
You're forgetting the gap of COVID.
Oh, you're right.
That's
You're right. I feel like
it's
it
been
wasn't
a
that
long
long,
time.
but you're right. Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I want your comments to go on the screen. If you have any questions, of course, you got to hit that super chat. In the meantime, we have a completely different after show with some things that I'm going to show Walter that are going to blow his mind, and I need some answers
dear.
to.
Okay.
And that is patreon.com/CTisDOPE. Make sure you subscribe. We have amazing, fun things. And if you would like to be a part of the Patreon, we have a specific group that can recommend some movies that we watch. And we'll do some watch parties with you guys at least once a month. That's always going to be a good time. In the meantime, wow. So
It's
I've
mind-blowing
never got a
story.
chance to meet Prince. Prince
Oh.
is so the only reason I ever wanted to meet Prince,
Mhm.
just like the only reason I ever wanted to meet Lorenz Tate was
Mm.
because my older sister is a
Mm.
massive fan of Lorenz. She's a
Okay.
massive fan of Prince.
Mhm.
So there were
Lorenz is
two
awesome.
people that I'm like, yo, I need to meet them just so I can introduce them to my sister.
Right.
Mhm.
Met Lorenz.
Mm.
I went on a campaign on Instagram too. I was like, yo, does anybody know Lorenz Tate?
Mhm.
I want him to meet my sister.
Mhm.
And everybody was like, yeah, I know him. And I'm like, can you plug it? No response. One day I'm on a flight going back to Detroit, and it was a nice seat that I was in.
Mhm.
And he happened to be in a nice seat as well.
Okay.
Mm.
And I saw him and I was like, brother, this was meant to be. Can you make a video for my sister? Right? He was like, yeah, absolutely. He did it. My sister to this day rewatches that video. And this is 2021. So Prince is that guy that I'm like, man, I wish I could have got a chance to meet him
Yeah.
just to do it for my sister. So how did it feel though? Because you still had to be a level of cool while you were meeting him because you didn't want to fan out. But like, how did it feel in that moment the first time you actually met him?
I was geeking out.
Yeah.
I was trying to be cool.
Yeah.
Look. Him sitting on the couch in the
Yep.
dark, I was embarrassed that I didn't see him right away.
Okay.
So
He's small.
So
He is a small.
but he's also mysterious and
Yeah.
sitting in a
Yeah.
shadow that I'm sure was constructed
Yeah.
for him to be able to do that. I'm a
Right.
ghost.
Right.
I'm in the middle of the room, but you don't know I'm here. I'm sure that was done on
I
purpose.
can see that.
Yeah,
And she was
100%.
standing there, and her sister, like, so that's cool, but it was like, to not notice him was embarrassing to me. Like, oh my God, I'm in your house. I'm saying what's up. She, I'm giving them love. What's up? How y'all doing? And then it's like, well, of course, Prince. Oh shit, I overlooked you. That's crazy. That was weird.
Of course,
Right.
you know
Right?
Prince.
So I was a little embarrassed about that first moment.
right.
But then to go downstairs and geek out, like,
Yeah.
while him in concert, watching him in concert and going off like I was at the concert.
Yes,
And he's sitting right next to me.
Yeah, that's
Right next to me.
amazing.
that's the
Amazing.
greatest
To me.
concert of all time.
Yo, that was
That is
amazing.
very cool.
And I know all the words.
Yeah.
I don't remember words. But
Me neither.
Mm.
I know Purple Rain. I know that soundtrack. I know I know all of it.
Such
I've
an
heard it
amazing.
so
I mean,
much.
like,
So
so good.
that moment was an amazing moment in my life.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it. I mean, there's nothing to regret about it. It's
Listen,
like, it was
you've
amazing.
lived so much. You have so much life to go. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I look forward to asking you even more questions to get these stories out of you. But speaking of Purple Rain, let me say this about Morris Day, because this blew my mind. This is when I was back in. Remember I said I was about to call you and I was like, I'm about to be out.
Right.
This is when I was back in.
Mm-hmm.
Morris Day gets approached by this woman,
Mm-hmm.
and she's angry that he did not come to her place because he said he was coming to her place.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Morris says,
So crazy.
Jerome snatches this woman out of frame,
Yes.
throws her into a dumpster,
Into a dumpster.
and they walk away. And Morris says, no class. And I said, what am I watching?
Dude.
I was all in after that,
The
boy.
80s were different.
Yeah.
Very different, right?
The 80s were different, man.
Woo.
It's like, if nothing else has taught me is that, like what we call toxic masculinity now, I think was just flirting.
That was
Just called flirting, man.
When
It's
you
wild.
When you look at this scene, the next scene is Apollonia on the
Crazy.
back of Prince's bike. They
Right.
go to a lake.
Right.
And
Lake Minnetonka.
Lake Minnetonka. She says to him, which I gotta give him props. As we look through the entire movie, he told her the truth up front.
Mhm.
And she got mad at him. She was like, are you gonna help me? And he was like, no,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna help you. And she was like, right?
Mhm.
And he said, you're not ready. First, you have to purify yourself in the lake of Minnetonka.
Mhm.
She gets naked. Let me tell you, I stepped out again because she had all leather on.
Mhm.
She took them boots off. She had no socks on. I say, ugh. That's the first thing I did, right? Then she gets down. She got drawers on. I was like,
Mhm.
cool. Gets in that water. He said, what,
Right.
that's not, you should, I tried to stop you, right?
Right.
She's mad at him. I look at this situation and I fast forward with Apollonia teaming with Morris Day.
Mhm.
And said, well, he's going to help me. And Prince got mad. He hit her with the backhand. That threw me
That was
because we
wild.
saw his father
Right.
abuse his mother,
Right.
played by Clarence Williams, the late great
Oh,
Clarence Williams.
exactly.
So good.
Amazing.
Mhm.
But him seeing that, now we're entering the darkness of the film of what he was
Mhm.
dealing with, seeing his
Right.
parents go through that.
Right.
And he was playing a mixed race child, which I was
Right.
like, oh, is Prince mixed race? I had to Google it.
Mhm.
He's not.
Mhm.
But when I saw that, I was like, okay, this is deep. After he hits Apollonia, he's realizing all of the things he's internalized because of his father.
Mhm.
While at the same time, Morris Day is popping at the
Mhm.
club,
Yep,
right? He's
yep.
trying to get
Going
Prince
off.
out so he can be in and run the
Mhm.
club, and it's working because the songs that we love from Prince aren't moving the crap.
Mhm.
Because the owner is saying, yo, your songs only make sense to you.
Right.
And he's like, man. And he ends up having to get the help from his bandmates, the two young
Mhm.
ladies who wrote the song,
Yep.
The Beef of Purple Rain,
Mhm.
and he spilled his soul. Now, here's the fun fact about Purple Rain. You saw it all the time. I saw it all the time. But when I saw it on TV all the time, it only started, like I was always walking in when he was singing Purple Rain.
Oh,
So I've
wow.
never seen the beginning of the movie.
And that's the end of the
Until
movie.
until
Exactly.
now?
Until today. This is the first time I've ever seen the
Wow.
whole movie.
Really? Oh,
From the beginning.
Wow.
It was
Wow.
like, that's why I was so shocked with everything I was seeing.
Oh.
Because I was like, I had no idea.
Right.
And then Clarence Williams' character almost tries to harm himself. And
Right.
that was the motivation for Purple Rain.
Mhm.
And it was like, I was watching it. And when Prince was singing, I was singing with him.
Yeah. Mhm.
It was like, dude, I wanted to have a lighter in the air. It was-
100%.
Right? You like, I feel this with you, bro. I
100%.
feel this with
No,
you.
the
yeah.
song moves you, man.
Yeah, it does
and it's like
move you.
it's one of those joints like I mean, I've seen literally it move people to tears.
Yeah.
And it's just
Man.
like it's crazy because it's not like the first time they heard it.
no. But here's the beautiful thing. the beautiful thing was after that song, you're like, all right, cool, movie over. He leaves out. He hears the recognition he's getting.
Mhm.
He comes back to the stage and he says the line that his father said to his mother, which was, "I would die for you."
I would die for you.
Now the song comes on, has a different meaning to me because I'm listening, because I got the captions on.
Right.
I'm over 35. I'm looking at the TV with the captions on. If a movie or TV show ain't got the captions on, I'm not watching it.
I
You
gotta
understand?
see it. I gotta see it here at the same time.
He's singing the song and I'm blown away because this movie was powerful. So powerful, in fact, it spawned a sequel, Graffiti Bridge.
Yeah.
Didn't do as well.
Didn't
I'm
do
going to
as well.
watch that at some point.
Right, right.
And then a movie after Purple Rain, which was not related, was Under the Cherry Moon. Did you see both films?
I did.
I've seen both, but it's been a long time since I've seen either.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I haven't seen them.
I only
probably
watched them once.
Yeah, exactly. I've only seen it once, like, versus like Purple Rain, which I've seen a few times.
Yes.
But yeah.
Here's
It's been
my
a long
question,
time.
because you're an aficionado of Purple Rain. Prince lived in the basement of this house.
Right.
How was the basement nicer than the rest of his house? What's going on? You living in the basement, bro. You showing up the house.
Yeah, but he had the class. He had the
Listen,
he had a style.
that's it.
did.
That's it.
It's
Prince
like,
styled
if
the
you choose to
basement.
have style, then that's what you choose to have. I mean, you can live in a house with a roommate and you can have your room that's popping, or your roommate can have his room popping, and the whole house can be like suspect.
Now,
Because that house was suspect.
let's be honest though. Like
Yeah.
Prince's basement kind of gives off like stylish ass chic, like murder dungeon.
It was definitely a murder.
Yeah, you know. And I like when Apollonia goes in there, and then this will start playing the music backwards, the crying backwards. I'm like, she about to get killed.
Right.
I've seen
man.
this already, but I know she about to get sacrificed. I know, like,
I'll tell you something that did get killed. Is that cat. Anyway, we're actors, man. When you see the acting, there are certain movements that Prince did. I'm like, you can't do that on a set.
Right.
For real. So when I Googled Apollonia, I was like, and she was dating somebody during this movie. The guy who was a part of the movie, she was dating.
Wow.
I'm like, ain't no way
Oh.
Prince's hand's about to be up the cookie jar,
right.
even if I'm dating this girl or not in my movie.
Yeah.
Jerome is actually related to Terry Lewis. Don't know if you knew that.
Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, related to Terry Lewis. That's his brother.
Mhm.
And then outside of that, I know I'm supposed to hate Morris Day, but he was so smooth.
He's
bro.
awesome.
No, hey, you loved him.
Yeah,
when they did the
dude.
bird, hey, come on, everybody
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the theater
yeah.
was like, yeah, we with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
What?
Oh,
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Man, it was so
come
good.
on, man.
Right.
And then seeing, but this is the funny part when you look at the movie again. When you watch Morris Day, it's a lot of this.
Yeah. With the mirrors.
Why? Just
Hey, man.
kept touching
Hey,
and
man.
moving his
He was
lips.
like, you
He's
know what?
dead sexy.
It's almost that pimpness.
Yeah,
it's like
100%.
It's like I'm so clean, I'm so pimpy,
Right.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing.
Right.
And that was kind of a popular thing back then,
Mhm.
I guess. I mean, the light skinned boys, you got
Yeah.
Elder Barge, you
Yeah.
got like all the
Right.
fair skin was in back then.
It
You know what I'm
100%.
saying? It was like that was the way.
Jerome
Right.
was the only dark one
He was
in
the
the
only
movie.
dark one, right?
Except the extras. But
Oh.
his behavior set dark-skinned dudes back 53 years.
Hilarious.
That's a
but,
fact.
But you know, you mentioned Terry Lewis. Like Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam are in the time, aren't they? I'm
Yes.
pretty sure, right? So
Well, they
like,
were before they got kicked out.
Oh, did they
Oh.
kicked
Yeah,
out?
I got
What?
deep in that Wikipedia. I
didn't know they got kicked out.
Yeah, they got kicked out that
I
time.
didn't
For
know that.
what?
Yeah, man. The specifics are I got a quote the article. You got to Google
Oh,
it and read it.
don't worry
But
about it.
it's very in the meantime, we got to get to this post show,
Yeah,
ladies
yeah.
and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so
Oh.
much for the super chat.
Yeah.
Let me try and see a couple of okay, bam. Thank you so much for the love. Got that. Think we got everybody. Perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I would like to do is welcome you to join us for the post show where we're going to have Walter answer some of the fan questions written by some of the amazing patrons on Patreon. If you would like to join, I just told you a couple of the benefits, but I will tell you right now, patreon.com/CTisDOPE is where we'll be going now. The Patreon will only house the after show. I will not be posting it to YouTube, so you will miss out on this completely different show if you are not a member. Different tiers for whatever is in your budget and what you're able to do. I want to appreciate the super chats. Walter Emmanuel Jones, what's coming up for you, man? How can they find you?
Guys, find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I just dropped a music video. Come and check me out.
Oh, nice.
At Walter E. Jones. That's for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Walter Emmanuel Jones on Facebook. But yeah, and stream my music. It's under the name Trey Emmanuel. It's on Spotify and all platforms, Apple Music. So Trey Emmanuel is TreEManuel. Check me out. I'm got more music to come. So and a movie coming up this summer. So
That's
hey,
a fact.
Nice.
let's
All
go.
right. Is this the one I'm like, yo, are you gonna do a viewing party? And you like, I don't know yet. Is this that one?
A vampire? Is you that?
I think that's the one where you're
No,
like,
no. I'm a school teacher in this movie.
all right, bet.
Yeah, but it is a run and gun. So
Oh,
I gotta
perfect.
check it out. Yeah.
My guy, Mayor Young. What's
Yes.
coming up for you, man? How can they find you?
You can find me at Mayor Young pretty much on all social media. I think Instagram is at Mayor_Young. Or you can find me at fantasticforum.live if you want to come geek out, talk about comic books every Wednesday night. You can come to check out Fantastic Forum. We'll be on Twitch there.
Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the CT Cinema Retro Reviews, where we talk about movies, television shows, crazy internet moments. And you know what? Next week, I think I might want to do, you know what? I'm not going to say it right now, but in the comments, tell me what you guys would like to see next week. Would it be a movie, a TV show, animated Disney movie, internet moments, those on, so forth, so on. Thank you so much for tuning in. Going straight to the after show. We out.